Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. A little while ago I was having a conversation with a client, and actually had a conversation with a different client earlier today along the same line, where we were talking about hypnosis and self-hypnosis and the importance of doing self-hypnosis and why it's so critically important that you use your self-hypnosis several times a day, every day. And I've certainly talked a lot about this before in various blog posts and in other YouTube videos. I've written about it in various articles in my book, Becoming Slender for Life. As I was talking with these two clients today, and we were talking about how they go through life, they get wrapped up in the stress and the ongoing events of life, and they get too busy and they don't do their self-hypnosis, and then pretty soon they're running off down some path totally off course, totally out of tune with their goals, with their purpose in life, and with their goals with weight loss, and they're off doing something else than engaging in behaviors that don't serve them. And as I listened and as we talked, I was reminded about actually two musical things that occurred. One was a Friday. I was having a driveway moment in the parking lot, actually, of the grocery store. I was listening to NPR, and it was in an interview with Mick Jagger. And he was talking about the upcoming Stones tour and about rehearsing, and they were talking about after all these years of the Stones playing together and you know, this anniversary tour that they're doing, and about the importance of rehearsal, and about him needing to get out there and rehearse to get the mental and emotional preparedness to go out there and perform. And I sat there totally fascinated, you know, to this interview and listening, and as Mick Jagger spoke about this, and then the next night, Marilyn and I are here in Seattle at Jazz Alley, having dinner and listening to Taj Mahal. And one of the first things I noticed was that Taj came out, and he sat down and picked up his guitar, or stood, I guess it was, and picked up his guitar, and strummed a few notes, and he turned a fret and tuned one of the strings, and then he started singing. And throughout the evening, as he played various guitars, as he played the banjo, every once in a while he'd tune them. And he'd adjust frets and bring them back into tune. And then he'd sing a song. And I went, oh my goodness, that is what self-hypnosis is all about. It's about doing the fine-tuning. It's about getting it back in key. It's about, as I've talked before, about getting back on track, on course. And, you know, I've talked before about getting on an airplane here at SeaTac and flying to Phoenix, and all along the flight, the pilot or the autopilot are constantly doing course adjustments, because if that plane gets off just by a ½ degree, it's not going to land in Phoenix. It's going to end up somewhere else. And that there has to be those constant course adjustments. And that's what self-hypnosis is all about, is getting back on track, getting on course. And it's one of those things that we just simply can't not do, because life is going to blow us off course. Life is going to get us out of tune, and we end up making horrible music or not being what we want to be. Instead of maintaining our ideal weight or moving closer to a goal weight, if weight loss is our goal, we end up off track, putting weight back on, or getting stuck. Or whatever our goals may be, we get off course. So use your self-hypnosis. And here at Hypnosis Health Info, if you look up there in the orange menu bar, you'll see the word self-hypnosis. The first drop-down tab is the light switch self-hypnosis technique, which teaches you how to take yourself deeply relaxed in a minute and bring yourself back up. The second tab is how to give yourself written suggestions. The third one are power minutes. They're 1 to 4 minute MP3 downloads. And the fourth drop down is written suggestions, I've been using suggestions in daily blog posts since the fall of 2008, so for the last 4 years. So there's, what is that, about 1,400 written suggestions that are there. You're welcome to use them word for word. They're there to give you ideas on how to use your own suggestions. But look at all the other tools and the resources here at Hypnosis Health Info. And if I can be a support here in my Seattle office in the Medical Dental Building in downtown Seattle, or in my office on Bainbridge Island, once a month I'm out in Forks and Twilight Country, or if you live too far away, I have Skype clients across the U.S. and in several foreign countries. So if there's any way I can support you, call me at 206-903-1232 or send me an email, roger@hypnosishealthinfo.com, and let me know how to support you. Use your self-hypnosis. Get back in tune. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.